Shalom, shalom. All praise to Yahweh, Kahala Yahweh. We'll go ahead and get into this topic, man. You hear some brothers talk about this. You hear some elders talk about this, and I just want to give you my take on this and try to go by precepts. And spiritual powers will definitely be granted to the ones who are faithful, to the ones who Yahweh chooses. So we're just going to demonstrate how spiritual power and aspects of it, how it works. So that's going to be, we're going to start with Joel number 3. And it will happen after this that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and daughters will prophesy, your elders will dream prophetic dreams, and your young men will see visions. So we're going to go ahead and let's back that up. We'll go ahead and back that up. We'll prophesizing, seeing visions, this is a part of spiritual power. And these are spiritual powers that are going to be granted before that time. So we're going to go to Ezekiel, the 8th chapter. We're going to look at verse number 3. Salaki. Look at verse number 3. Then he stretched forth the form of a hand and took me by a lock of my head. And then the wind carried me between the earth and the heavens and brought me to Jerusalem in divine vision, to the entrance of the inner gate that faces northward, where the seat of provocation and the image of provocation stood. But the key is to Jerusalem in divine vision, because prophet Ezekiel was blessed with that spiritual power. And I guess, you know what, let's just go ahead, let's back some of this stuff on up, because it's going to come in such a way. So let's go to Joel. You know what? Let's go into this. Another aspect of spiritual power is prayer as well. And let's go to the book of Jeremiah. Let's go to Jeremiah 11. So let me get there. So we go to Jeremiah 11. Salakia, trying to get there. Okay, so we go to Jeremiah 11. And we'll start at verse 19. It says, I am like a choice sheep led to the slaughter. I did not know that they had devised schemes against me. Let us destroy him by placing tree poison in his food and cut him off from the land of the living, so that his name will no longer be remembered anymore. But Yahweh, master allegiance, righteous judge, who examines the innermost thoughts and feelings, let me see your vengeance against them, for I have revealed my grievance to you. So Jeremiah is clearly praying. Therefore, thus say Yahweh concerning the men of Anathoth who seek your life, saying, do not prophesy in the name of Yahweh, so that you not die at our hands. Therefore, thus say Yahweh, master legions, behold, I shall punish them. The young men will die by the sword, and their sons and their daughters will die in the famine. There will be no remnant of them, for I shall bring evil upon them, the men of Anath, in their year, even of their punishment. So he's telling you clearly, just Jeremiah, showing you that his prayer reached Yahweh, and Yahweh put those people to death. That's spiritual power. That's prayer. So let's get another one on prayer being spiritual power as well. Let's go to Daniel. Let's go to Daniel 9. And let's look at verse number 20. It says, as I was speaking, praying, and confessing my sin and the sin of my people, Israel, almost again, as I was speaking, praying, and confessing my sin and the sin of my people, Israel, and pouring out my supplication before Yahweh, my Elohim, for my Elohim's holy mountain, I was still speaking in prayer when the man Gabriel, whom I had seen in the earlier vision, was lifted in flight, approaching me, and about the time of the afternoon of the offering. So when Daniel's prayed in his earlier vision, he's been able to speak with the angel But remember, Daniel is a very pure and holy man. But this is showing you spiritual power, his prayer, his faith. So let's keep going. And from that, let's go back to Joel. And from that, you'll start to see the difference, because Yahweh is going to literally form us up. And we'll show how that's going to work up. So we go to Joel 4:10. And it says, beat your plows into swords and your pruning forks into spears. Even the weak one will say, I am mighty. Because Jake is at a low point. But these spiritual powers will change us. So let's go continue that precept roll. Let's go to Micah 4. Let's go Micah 4. It says, but they do not know the thoughts, Micah 4:12-13. But they do not know the thoughts of Yahweh and do not understand his counsel. For he has gathered them like sheaves to the threshing floor. Arise and thresh, O daughter of Zion, for I will make your horn like iron, and I will make your hooves like copper, and you will grind many peoples. You see that? And I will consecrate unto you Yahweh all of their ill-gotten riches and their wealth until the Adonai of the entire land. So Yahweh is going to give us spiritual powers. And he's already said, arise and thresh. Okay. So you've been granted your spiritual power. So let's go back and let's show this twofold. Because we are our forefathers and we have to get ourselves right. So let's go to Exodus 7. It says, Exodus 7:1. Yahweh said to Moses, see, I have made you a master over Pharaoh, and Aaron, your brother, shall be your spokesman. But the word right there is, I have made you a Elohim. See that? I have made you as Elohim. I have made you as God over Pharaoh. And Aaron, your brother, shall be your spokesman. So Yahweh was already let Moses know, I've made you as a God to these people. Because that's what you are. And you still think you're a man. And until you understand that, powers ain't going to kick in. So let's back that up with a precept. Because this was told to us on a few occasions. So we're going to go to Psalm. Let's go to Psalm 82. Let's go. Psalm 82:6. Okay, it says, I'm sorry, it's at the end. It says, I said, you are angelic sons of the Most High. You, Most High, are you all. You are angelic sons of the Most High. Are you all. So this is told you twice, you are a God. All right? Because we got to understand what our faith should be able to do for us. So let's stay right here in Psalm and let's show you a testament of faith and spiritual power. So we're going to go to Psalm 18 and we'll go to 29. We'll go to 20, 28 and 29. It says, for it is you, Yahweh, for it is you who saves humble people and haughty eyes and brings down. For it is you who will light my lamp. Yahweh, my Elohim, illuminates my darkness. For with you, I smash a troop. And with my God, I leap over a wall. First of all, when it says, with you, I smash a troop, that means I rush into an army. And it says, and with my God, I leap over a wall. A city wall is not 5 or 6 feet tall, if you understand the times. Hold on, baby. Salakia. So, We're going to sit here. We're going to keep going. We'll sit down. We're going to keep going. And it's telling you about your faith. And it's telling you to be built up within your faith. And so when you do that, we're going to go ahead and jump into, when you're built up with your faith, let's go to Job. So let's show being built up in your faith, what it can do for you and what's already been promised to you if you did this. So we're going to go to Job 22. Let's go to Job 22. Let's start at 25. It says, your stronghold will be powered and you will have an abundance of money. It says, then you would delight in the Almighty and you would raise your face to God. And we ain't worried about money. It says, you would entreat him and he would hear you, and you would fulfill your vows. You would utter a decree and it would be done. You see that? And a light will shine upon your ways. So spiritual power will be granted to you. I'll read that part again. It says, you will utter a decree and it will be done. A light will shine upon your ways. This is spiritual power being talked about. All right, so we got that. Like I said, these spiritual powers are going to be granted to the elect. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to show something I believe is very profound and very powerful. So let's go back into the prophets and let's find the prophet Salakia. My hands shaking. Stop, Jasmine, stop. Go sit down, baby. Go to Zechariah. Now, you know what? We're going to go to Malachi. Hold on one second. All right, Salakia about that. Sorry. Kids. Let's keep us going. We're going to go ahead to Malachi. And I want to show y'all something I think is very powerful. We're going to go to Malachi number 3. It says, for behold, the day is coming, burning like an oven, when all the wicked people and all the evildoers will be like straw, and that coming day will burn them, says Yahweh, Master of Legions, so that it will not leave them a root or a branch, but a sun of righteousness will shine for you who fear my name. With its healing rays, you will go out and flourish like calves fattened in the stall, and you will trample the wicked, for they will be ashes. I want you to keep this in mind. They will be ashes under the soles of your feet on that day that I bring about, says Yahweh, Master of Legions. So said these people will be ashes under our feet. And we're going to show you why. Let's go to Zechariah 12. And we're going to clean this all up. And it says, on that day, I will make captains of Judah like a stove. See that? Ashes, remember, burning. Fire burning, wood like the fiery torch, burning sheaf, and they will consume on the right and on the left all the peoples around. And Jerusalem will again settle in its place. In Jerusalem, Yahweh will save the tents of Judah, for so that the splendor of the house of David and the splendor of the inhabitants of Jerusalem should not overwhelm Judah. On that day, Yahweh will protect the inhabitants of Jerusalem. On that day, even the weakest among them will be like David, and the house of David will be like divine beings, like an angel of Yahweh before them. So go ahead to this last precept, y'all. And like I said, they're going to be ashes under our feet. Right? These people are going to be ashes under our feet, right? I want to go to this last precept. This is going to be it. And I think, man, we've been sitting here avoiding this, and I think this is one reason why they know to be afraid of you. And this is Book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 17. On the Mount of Zion there will be a refuge, and it will be holy, and in the house of Jacob will inherit those who dispose them. The house of Jacob will be fire, and the house of Joseph a flame. And the house of Esau will be straw, and they will ignite them and devour them. Will be fire, and the house of Joseph will be a flame. So y'all, blaze is coming. All praise to Yahweh, Kahala Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh. Stay faithful, stay patient, because Yahweh made it clear. Some people will be granted spiritual power. With that, I want to say, Shalom, Yahweh God.